Joining us now with more insights on the significance of today's protest is Kiké Roach. She is the Unifor National Chair in Social Justice and Democracy at Ryerson University. Ms. Roach, you have been fighting for civil rights in this country for years. The inequities people are protesting about today have existed for years. What is different this time, and why do you think people from outside of those who've been on the receiving end are joining them in protest?
Yeah, it's very true that we're seeing a global movement now decrying police violence. People have had enough. There have been too many deaths of people in situations where people had a mental health crisis or in heated racial exchanges between police and residents. I think what's different now is that, unfortunately and tragically, people are seeing these murders with their own eyes. And the vicious nature of the violence that many of us in the communities, in the Black, queer, and disability communities have experienced by the police are now being able to be dramatically seen and shared millions of times through live footage. So that's what's different, and that's what's propelling this global movement of people in the streets demanding profound and fundamental change. It's time to move away from using the police in a whole host of situations that they have shown that they're not equipped to deal with.
One of the first cases of police killing an unarmed Black man in this city was a Jamaican man with mental health issues, Albert Johnson, in 1979. Have things changed? And if you think they have, how have they changed?
Things have not changed nearly enough. You know, I have represented as a lawyer too many families whose loved ones have died in police custody, and we've been through inquest after coroner's inquest. We've made tons of recommendations. There's been report after report showing disparate and discriminatory treatment by the police when it concerns people in the Black community, Indigenous people, homeless people. We haven't seen enough change, and that's why people are now calling for a brand new approach. They're saying defund the police. They're saying reappropriate the huge amount of dollars that we're spending on our police force and put that money into the healthcare services that are needed, put it into programs for youth, put it into other things that support people's lives. We haven't seen the tremendously huge police budget that is used for things like tasers, and now they want body cameras. We haven't seen those things protect life. People are saying we need a fundamental change, and we can't turn to the police to address a lot of societal problems, economic problems, and mental health problems.
Just a week ago, if someone had said something like defunding the police, there would have been, a really huge outcry. Do you find that people are now hearing what you say? You're not saying to not have police. You're not saying to get rid of the police. You're saying defund. Are people understanding what you mean when you say that now?
Yeah, people are seeing, and reporters actually have picked up on this. You know, in a city like Toronto, for example, 24% of taxpayer dollars is going into the police budget. We're not seeing better outcomes for those numbers. So in a city like Toronto, we're spending over $1 billion on the police service, and yet we're still seeing tragic situations like DeAndre Campbell, Regis Korchinski-Paquette, and the list goes on. So now we're having a serious debate about how do we reallocate those monies so that it really invests in people's lives. You may need the police for a very small select number of particular cases where only they would be well appropriate to deal with, but for a vast number of cases, we need other kinds of services to turn to, and the police have not shown that they've been able to handle those situations adequately.
Kiké Roach, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Take care.